What's up, party people? Today I have a guide for you on how to get your first heroic skill in Dekaron G. Many people think that this is really challenging to do, and the chance of getting a rare, heroic, or even higher skill is basically impossible. Well, it's not, and today I'm going to show you how to do it. Also, if you enjoy my content and don't want to miss any upcoming videos, shorts, or live streams, make sure to hit that subscribe button today. So, in order to get your first heroic skill in Dekaron G, you need to go to our Deca and you need to check out this uncommon skill book merchant right here. Now, the uncommon skill book merchant, who's only located in our Deca, sells some rare skills and some heroic skills. So these are the heroic skills that I'm going to be talking about in this video. Now, these are passives, but they are still very useful. So in order to get one, you need to have a large chunk of dill, right? And I know the idea of 28 million dill sounds absolutely ridiculous, but I'm going to tell you right now, it absolutely is not. It is not that hard to farm this much dill. It just takes a little bit of commitment, and you have to manage your spending a little bit. Because it's really easy to, spend stuff on different things every day. But when you're farming this skill, this is kind of what you want to focus on. I was still spending a decent amount every day, so it took me a little bit longer to get to this point. But, I kind of knew that was going to be the case. So I just had to be patient, and I made sure that I was netting dill every day. Now, when it comes to actually farming dill, I have one primary tip for farming dill. And that is lower level maps. Well, actually, three tips. First tip. Lower level maps. Do not try to farm in the highest map that you can do. The dill rate is going to be much lower when you farm overnight. I can tell you right now, when I was farming mine, I primarily farmed myself in northern Denev, but our Deca, southern Denev would work as well. And I farmed right here in the Golden Plains, and I was able to make pretty comfortably about 6 mil dill a day. Probably more, honestly, without any issues at all. So you just want to find a comfortable place where you can farm, where it's not going to require a lot of HP potions, not going to require a lot of buffs, and you're going to want to take advantage of that. Now, my second tip for the dill is also to make sure that there aren't any up right now, but oh yeah, there's one in Python Castle, but to make sure you're doing rifts. Rifts also give you a lot of money, so that is another suggestion of mine to get a bunch of dill, is to make sure that you're doing rifts. Because those are always going to give you a higher, a dill collection rate than anywhere else. Now, my third tip is actually right here in the shop, and that is under Exchange Center and under Guild Request. You can also get a dill service contract every day, which can get you upwards of 500,000 dill. So this is another thing. If you're really, having trouble getting dill, you can focus on that as well, and that will get you up there. So once you have your amount of dill that you need. Again, I'm primarily focusing on the heroic skill in this, but there are also rare skills that you can get from this method as well. But you're going to come here, uncommon skill book merchant. Again, I said it's in the it's in the Ardeca Dominion, and you're going to go ahead and you're going to buy it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get mine. This is exciting for me because this is my first heroic skill, and I'm going to confirm my purchase, and just like that. Now I don't have to be saving money like crazy like I've been doing. And then, just so you guys know, it took me maybe a week and a half of not even trying to save that hard to get up to this much dill. So again, it's really not that hard to do. And then once you've got your skill book, you're just going to come over here and you're going to activate it. And again, you can check out what the skills do here. For me, they're all passives, but they have different things. So I get like 5% cast speed, 5% skill power. The archer gets MP recovery, which is pretty cool. That's actually a really strong ability. The whip gets PvP accuracy, melee accuracy, and melee crit, which is all really good. And then Way of the Sword gets a bunch of skills and attack speed. So these are really good for everyone. So I'm going to go ahead and activate mine now. It'll be a nice buff to my combat power, I'm sure. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to activate this. And yeah, give me an extra 500 base to my combat power, which is really nice. So yeah, I've got my first heroic skill. And you guys too. You guys can do it too. It's not that hard. You just have to be patient with farming the dill. But again, it's something that you can work towards, and I had kind of a good time doing it, honestly. So kind of fun. Anyway, that's how you're gonna get your first heroic skill, or what is likely your first heroic skill. If you guys have any questions or suggestions, as always, you can leave them in the comments. And until next time, take care. Peace.